everybody. I'm Sam.
And I'm Will. And we are Working Title.
My face.
Guys, we are back. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, Season 1, Episode 4, Part 4. It says Season 1. Do you think we're getting a Season 2 for this?
As Adam always says, if they put Season 1, maybe there's a Season 2.
Maybe there's a Season 2.
Freaking Andor got a Season 2 before the Season 1 even happened. But y'all, last on, Lord Vader and formerly Master Obi-Wan Kenobi have finally reunited after their fight on Mustafar. It was rather interesting to say the least. They both had a stare-off. Vader's toying with Obi-Wan for his torment that he went through. Obi-Wan is kerfluffled, flabbergasted. That's the word.
At the sight of Vader.
Yeah, then it ended.
And Leia is kidnapped.
Shoot, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, and the Sand Snake is still alive and well.
Yes, she is. So guys, if y'all enjoy the video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we drop more Star Wars and Obi-Wan reactions. Comment down below and say yo in your native language. And we got a Patreon. If y'all want to support this channel and help us put out awesome videos like this, hit the link in the description. You can get Discord access, 1 week, 2 week early access to some of our shows. And if you just want to be a sponsor and get represented at the end of our videos, you can do that as well.
And make sure you support this show, most importantly. We don't own it. So Disney Plus, subscribe to them. It means a lot. Watch us. We're gonna punch it.
Bah! Shit. I don't know why I looked like they had shaved his beard and just left him a mustache.
Gosh,
Oh.
that Clone Wars episode.
Ew, dude, look at his arm. Did you see that?
No. I was looking at the dirt on his face.
Oh!
Why does this look like Kessel? Back to reality. Damn, dude.
Oh.
But even this shouldn't fully heal you. I mean, Vader still looks like a burnt sausage. Yep. Good transition.
Oh, they're both like feeling it. You had the chance.
Oh.
Where's Leia?
Oh my god.
They brought her here? Fuck, man.
I am a princess.
They are obsessed with this kid.
That's cute.
That's cute.
You have no rights here.
Well, then why keep her at this point? She's like a 5-year-old. 10, whatever.
Yeah.
I know that she's just lying to her, but
Broken?
still.
To be here.
I know you're upset.
Is that...
Get him on the
That's
first
Ice
track.
Cube's son.
It's,
Too many people are looking.
I can't lose her. You've no idea what the Empire is capable of.
yeah, he does.
I knew exactly what she was before we got married. We tried to hide it. And the Inquisitors found her anyway. So I know exactly what the Empire can do.
His wife was a Jedi.
Or a Force-sensitive person.
He's close.
So that's it. Fortress Inquisitorius.
It's impenetrable way.
Fortress Inquisitorius. Okay.
Have no
I
idea.
won't leave her there. I'll go on my own.
You can barely stand. You're not getting in. I'll go with him.
She ain't making it out.
I have officer clearance. I can get you inside and I can
It's
get you
true.
access.
Is your cover still intact?
You'll find out soon enough.
That's not gonna work.
I'm wasting time.
Surely somebody was trying to, like, look at those cameras of the troopers that got killed on the last planet. Leia.
No.
No?
Oh, him. Obi-Wan. That's as much as he can do.
I'll be alright.
That's really sad if that's it.
Time. That's all.
Some things can't be forgotten.
Yeah.
You care about Leia. This cannot be.
Don't try and manipulate this poor little girl.
I don't know any.
think a little bit harder, shall we?
Oh, can she?
Yeah, she can try.
Brain thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like a 10-year-old would be included into the emails of the rebellion.
She probably, I mean, she heard a lot from that conversation with Obi-Wan and Ilaria, whatever her real name is.
How far will her code go before somebody starts to read the coding?
Yeah, see, they looked at her. Ugh.
I mean, she's attractive. I don't know.
People are gonna notice her.
She's also like breathing super heavy. I like that there's fish just floating around. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool design. I like this whole place. I mean, she should be fine just because tension.
Is there a problem? You know what classified means.
It's classified.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I'm nervous. Hopefully she won't die.
Yes, sir. Of course.
It's a dangerous game you're playing, Ilaria.
Man, she played that off pretty well, though.
You're getting lucky. Don't test your luck, though. That guy's definitely gonna go do his homework and make sure that you're not scheming after this.
Alright, I'm inside the system.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Come on.
Yeah, right,
There's a
bro.
guy right next to you. Look at that. That is awesome. He's swimming the whole thing. Madman. He's got the device from Jar Jar. Jar Jar's gonna be in this episode.
Jar Jar is gonna be in this episode. Oh, he does. He has the same breathing apparatus.
Damn it! He should have swam in the whole war. Cal Kestis escaped from Darth Vader. This is the same place, right? Am I wrong about that? What is that?
It's an
Starfish?
octopus or
What?
something.
It's like a reverse one. The mouth was on where the head should be. Daniel Craig.
You throw him in the water? Oh, yeah. Well, that's fucking great.
Rip your life, dude. Could put on a stormtrooper outfit. Squidward.
Should resist?
Fortified mind.
Probably.
It's the sister contest.
Don't crush it.
Training droid.
Taken from me. Like everything else.
Oh, we can learn about her now because
Yeah, give some info.
adult woman with a little child just like her. Bro.
Where is she?
Bro. Bro.
Why?
The most sus secret agent. At this point, I don't even feel bad that you're gonna die. What are you doing?
This isn't your station. Let me see some identification.
Never works the second time.
It never works.
Come with me.
There's no way. This is so bad. I hate stuff like this so much in shows.
This is going so bad. He doesn't even have a save and load option. Visors must not be good.
In fairness, I think they've actively said, like, in canon, like, you can't see that well out of them. Or Finn said that.
Damn.
Bro, where is he? She just knocked someone out.
She took his.
Why?
You gotta break that.
Nice.
What was that?
Over there. Let's go.
It's like the most typical, like, video game thing. Like, throw the rock in distance.
We're all on the same side here.
No, we're not.
They'll leave you too.
She could have gone with like the charming approach, like acting like a mother, so that Leia might say something. She came off so strong. Your friend is dead.
I'll tell you right there.
I give you my word.
That doesn't work now because you were a dickhead when you came into the room.
I'll tell my father first.
Ah, Leia, you're smarter.
That's okay, right? You said we're all on the same side.
Smart.
They're gonna torture a kid. I feel like somebody's gonna walk in and be like, yo, what are you doing right now? I know they're dark side, they don't care, but...
What? That was like Pablo Jill. And that looked like freaking,
I just found out what they're hiding down here.
the guy on the left was the yellow mark. That's the teacher! Right?
Yep.
That's a toy character. Don't know who that is.
Looks like a Viking. We gotta see someone.
Maybe recastings?
Then your choice is made.
Who else we got? Just 4 sensitive people at this point.
They like cryo freeze.
Oh, he's got a little. He's a little breath mold.
Antennas.
Zabrak.
Just do it now.
Bro, that looked like Mace Windu. What the hell? She just wants to give Leia the Inquisitor torturing.
Yeah.
We need to direct all resources there immediately and take the network out of
This girl's gonna die. There's no way.
You're lying.
Does she not need to do the hand thing?
She's probably gonna just
She's got
sense
really
it.
good intuition.
Oh shit.
Not good enough intuition to figure this out.
Oh!
Yes,
Nice.
finally. It's like Starkiller. Yep.
Nice.
A lot like the Force Unleashed. Less lethal, but still great.
Don't tell them anything.
I know.
Great job.
Come with me. I'm gonna get you home.
Alara is fucked, dude.
Yeah, she's not gonna be doing great, but Leia, you did good.
I spent 2 years undercover, trying to find out where they were hidden. When Kenobi came, they panicked.
Triple Agent.
They got inside.
You expect me to believe this?
She's a good liar
Liar.
now. She's a good liar.
Oh god.
That was a good option.
Good sell.
Third spy, triple spy.
Triple spy.
Good option.
God, man, just get out of there. Whoa.
Like a good liar. I don't know if you're lying. Take her to interrogation.
She lies so
The
much.
debriefing confirms it.
That could have saved her if she just went with them, but Obi-Wan probably just sentenced her to death. Oh, it's a lot for him to handle. Nice. Not bad, man. Looking good. Looking good. Stance and everything.
All for this kid. All for the
Hell
kid.
yeah. Come on. Yeah, pop him back. Absolutely. She's a good test on me to get back into the action. She ain't Vader. This is good.
Who is that walking with her?
Higher generals.
Oh shit. That is not good.
Oh, it's a purge trooper. Is that a purge trooper?
Oh, it might be.
We gotta swim. It's swimming time. Oh, start sprinting. One of those stray bullets is gonna hit. That looks great.
Oh my god. I just like not blankly, but just stared.
It's so obvious.
There's no way.
Child and an old man. What's it worth?
What are they gonna do? How the hell are they gonna get out of this?
Vader shows up and says, "Stop! I want to fight." Oh! The Hoth ships. I don't know what they're called. Snow speeders. Ah! It's Ice Cube's son. Yeah, come on. Reva versus Obi-Wan. Let's see it. I love the color palette in this place. No, Inquisitors do the...
That was that kid that said Palace Inquisitorium or whatever.
Oh shit.
You want more? What the feet would bring. I will tolerate.
I let him go. For a plan to save your life?
I put a tracker on the ship. Soon the location of the network and Kenobi will be.
Be no mistakes. You're certain the tracker is with him.
How did she get the tracker on? Or she just
She might
lying?
be BSing, honestly.
I was like, there's no tracker on the ship. Where's this tracker? Is it on the droid? That's cool. Never seen that.
Gosh, her hands are so tiny.
Yeah.
His one thumb looks like your whole hand. Oh my gosh.
There is a tracker on her, isn't there? Probably is.
jacket
On
on the droid. Ah. Clever, Reva. Clever.
Reva's smart.
Alrighty, folks. That was episode 4 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like this episode quite a bit.
Yeah,
That was good.
I do. This was. I feel like the pacing of it was fun. It was a fun, like, grab and go escape plan.
This is one of those ones where it's like you just have to forgive all the kind of things that would obviously not fly and just run with it.
Yeah.
If you throw all that out the window, this was a good episode.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
My one grievance. We have 2 episodes left.
I don't know what we're doing. Like, the whole show so far is about saving Leia. But that's what we get in A New Hope.
Yeah. It's kind of.
So far, this is almost more like A New Hope than The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
With some missing visuals that The Force Awakens obviously stole from A New Hope.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's like the general idea is really similar. Well, what's funny is, so I was watching a video today, actually, and this guy was kind of he was reading an article, but I guess what originally had happened was that they wrote the show, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, it was originally supposed to be a movie.
Right.
And then they were like, no, we're going to make it a series because Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it a series, and then Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni read it and was like, that's too much like The Mandalorian. Which, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all about, like, a rescue of, like, a little infant.
That is special to Star Wars.
Yeah.
A rarest species, aka Yoda,
Or
one
a rare
of the prized
person,
characters,
Yeah.
legacy characters, Princess Leia.
Yeah.
I
So,
didn't even think of it like that. Wow.
I don't know if that's, like, accurate. That's just what a YouTube video is describing from, like, an article. Which I kind of can see that, but also I just... Okay, this is called Season 1. So is there going to be a Season 2? If there is...
I would feel better.
I'd feel better about this. If it's just a Season 1... Like, what is the point of this story at this point? Like...
Also considering this is like, I think they said on Disney this was like the biggest premiere they've ever had.
Yeah.
In anything Disney Plus, which means they should know. You would think, knowing that Obi-Wan is probably one of the biggest important Star Wars things out there, that they would be cautious about what story they do, and they don't want to replicate things too closely. You're telling me Mandalorian, I'm seeing it. I'm telling New Hope, I said I see it.
Yeah.
So, if it is only one season, I will change my mood on it. And you brought up a good point. That is making me a little bit more optimistic in this conversation right now. If you didn't tell me that at the start of this video or whenever you brought that up,
I just had like Season 1. Does that mean we're getting a Season 2? Just because they're naming it
yeah,
Season 1.
like if you didn't bring that up, I would have liked this episode all the same. I would still be a little like, what was this? Okay. Like, what is this all about? Is it just Obi-Wan? This story is supposed to be Obi-Wan's resolve to become old Ben in the end, which is fine. If that's what it is, that is fine, and I can see that. And at the end of the day, it's fine. It's whatever. We get something we didn't necessarily need.
Yeah.
I'm sure 15 years in the desert with an old wise man is enough to be like, okay, he wisened up and got over himself. So the story's not super must-need. Trying to think how I feel.
It's part of it for me is just kind of like, okay, I almost wonder would it have just been better to do a movie? Because, like, not a lot has happened in this series. No. And a lot of these 30-minute episodes, I mean, this 30-minute episode could have been resolved in, like, a 15-minute 2 scenes. You know what I mean? Like, to an extent. I mean, there's some stuff, or, like, maybe, like, the past couple episodes. Like, there's just some moments of the show where I'm kind of like, just, what are we doing? I guess also knowing that we could be doing so much more. Like, we have 2 episodes left. We don't know what Reva's about. We haven't gotten Qui-Gon still. And that's not, like, I understand Star Wars fans as a whole, me being one of them, we get overexcited. We look at things and we're like, I want a Clone Wars flashback. I want to see all of these characters, you know. I want to see a flashback where Obi-Wan is hanging out with Plo Koon and doing all this blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, I understand that Star Wars fans can be a little OD when they ask for that. But if you present things and stories and characters like Reva, who, like, I mean, the show opened with Order 66. She's going to be one of those kids that happened there. Or, like, that were on that area. They didn't just show that for no reason. So it's like we have 2 episodes left, and we still haven't gotten her backstory, and we still haven't gotten, like, a real, like, Vader and Obi-Wan face off. I still like the last one, but it felt lackluster. You know what I mean? So we haven't gotten Reva's backstory, and we haven't gotten Qui-Gon, and I'm like, we have 2 more episodes. Like, the next episode, the Inquisitors are going to go to this path planet that they hang out on. What's going to happen in the finale? You know? Like, is it just going to be a face-off between Reva, Obi-Wan kills Reva, then Obi-Wan takes Leia back to his planet, or back to Alderaan, and Obi-Wan goes back to Tatooine, and then it's like Qui-Gon vision, and then it's just Vader being, like, menacing on his chair? Like, is that all we're getting at this point? Because if that's the case, I'm like, just wrap it up in, like, next episode.
Yeah, it's,
I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, and I know I feel very doom and gloom. I still enjoy the show. It's just, it's not
what you've
Obi-Wan
waited. It's not what you've waited all this time for.
Obi-Wan is my favorite character. So the show, he's my favorite Star Wars character, hands down. So it's like, it's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Now, it's like when you do stuff with The Mandalorian, when we're with The Mandalorian, I have no expectations for The Mandalorian. You do Story Rogue One, I have no expectations. And then you do all this really cool stuff. I'm like, wow, this is actually a really good series. This is a really great movie. And even the sequels, I had high expectations because they're going to be the sequel movies, but, you know, up and downs through the whole thing. But you can't do a story without, like, with Obi-Wan Kenobi and it just be, like, good, okay, lackluster.
You need to
solid.
give it a reason for why it exists.
Yeah.
You really can't just jump in. Okay. First of all, just one thing I want to say with this whole season 1 thing. I'm obviously not an expert when it comes to marketing and how they do things, but Andor, for anyone who doesn't know, has already been announced to have 2 seasons. They've announced that before the first season even came out. I didn't care much for that show, that it was going to be a thing, until I saw the trailer, and then I remembered how much I loved Rogue One. And I was like, this is going to be great. And I get 2 seasons of it, so there's so much content to look forward to with it. And that was right off the bat. So funny enough, I think that marketing actually worked for me. I don't know how other people feel, but I feel like it worked for me. This show, I was only expecting 1 season, and the fact that they haven't announced a season 2 feels like odd, because how I feel like the audience might be feeling if they're more like us, they might not even care for a season 2 by the time it's announced. Like I'm afraid, not for myself because we'll obviously watch it for the channel. It doesn't matter because we're Star Wars guys, but I fear just for the consensus of Star Wars as a whole to people. I don't want people to lose interest by the time they even announce season 2.
Yeah.
I don't want people to watch this, get to the end, and be like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
sure. Because that's how I felt about Boba. Like, at this point with the Boba show, I'm like, okay, sure. If there is a season 2, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the first season that much.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's like, it seems that the general audience, and if y'all are in the comments and you're sticking around for a post talk, like, voice your opinion. I'd love to see like what other people have. But I mean, from what I've seen online, like, there's a lot of people that don't like it, and a lot of people I've talked to in person are like not vibing with the show. Like, I feel like we are always fair in our critiques of Star Wars, relatively speaking, but we've also probably been the most apologetic out of it. I've been fighting for the show to be good. I really have. I've been going to bat with the people outside of the channel, me talking about the show, and I'm still fair in my critiques about it, but it's like...
Also, it's okay. Don't be pressured if you like the show.
If you do
we
love it,
we
that's
also
fine.
want to see why you do. It's not like our opinions are hear all, say all, just because you're tuning into us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I want to know,
Yeah.
because you might see something in it that might be more meaningful, that might help me understand why I think it's a meaningful show.
Yeah. Just because some people on the internet talk about it, whether it's us or you fucking pick your favorite Star Wars YouTuber, does not mean that their opinion is more important than yours or like the rest of us. The only person that I think is most important opinion about Star Wars are the people that fucking made it
Dave Filoni.
originally. Yeah. Dave Filoni or George Clooney.
George Clooney.
George Lucas.
I think there was so much expectation for. I will say when the Obi-Wan show, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but when the Obi-Wan show got announced, I didn't like super care to look into it. I just kind of wanted to be there when it happened. I didn't like, you know, when you get excited and you just want to like read into things, you want to read every news article, grab every single. I stopped doing that after like a couple years after high school because I just knew if I got too involved, I would just be disappointed because my mind would create things that just are too grand for a show unless you got Avengers level budget to blow. So I just stopped having those expectations, but. Same thing for this show. Like I just showed up, we recorded, it happens in front of us. But this show also has like I feel like 15 or however many years it's been that this has been up in the air of like, will it come into a movie? Like since I was in middle school. Like the talk of like they're gonna be doing an Obi-Wan movie. Like so this idea has been out there in the aether. And
For over a decade.
Everybody and their mom and fans alike have just created their own assumptions of what they think it would be. Does it involve Maul running from him? Does it involve running from Inquisitors in the later years when they got introduced? Or running from the Empire and hiding and doing all this off-brand stuff? Or maybe it's just Tatooine journeys with Obi-Wan, how he grew as a person. And it's one of those things, like when you have expectations and you talk about it and you're part of a fan base that talks about it, your expectations are really peaked. So I will say there was probably the reason I try to stay away from the Kenobi series and talk about it is like I didn't want to hear what people said about it because I knew it might not match up to how I've unfortunately subconsciously assumed things would be. And so far with these 4 episodes, I will say there is nothing wrong with this story, but it is very, I think you used the term lackluster properly, it is very lackluster all things considered.
Yeah.
It's a very safe plot and also a very dangerous plot. Like I feel like the show is safe because they do a lot of things that aren't like crazy all the time. It's kind of just like journeying here, talking about this thing ambiguously. I'm using that term a lot this past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I gotta stop that.
I've done that as well.
Gang shit. And and then they do things that are things I did not think they would do in this show at all, which I'm like, I don't know how I feel yet. I'm on the fence about it. I'm trying to figure it out. Just like, I really thought the show was going to be like a incognito show. A show that like follows Obi-Wan on this journey where he has to go do stuff off-world and have to conceal himself the entire time. Never really, maybe using his lightsaber, but like anyone who sees him, he like
has to
cut down for the greater good. But the fact that like, and we knew Hayden Christensen was going to be in the show, I just didn't know what capacity. I just am surprised Vader has met him. I'm surprised the Inquisitors have been looking for him day one, and we're on Tatooine the first episode. I'm surprised Leia Organa's in this show. Like, it's like when you're on level 5 of being chased by the cops
In GTA.
in GTA, but for the whole show. Like, I thought this would only peak to 5-star for like a kill a second, and then they were like, oh, it was a mistake. We thought it was this Grand Jedi. So it's almost like, I don't know if I like it because it is at that level 5 level, but doesn't feel level 5 intensity.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like all things should be off the hook not off the hook. Like, everything should be peaking incredibly right now because Vader, the Iron Fist of the Empire, knows Obi-Wan is alive, and it just feels like he's doing a shit job at a cat and mouse. And I feel like the Inquisitors are just not working for me, and the Empire, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to.
Yeah, it just doesn't like feel like natural as to like what would have progressed in my mind. Because I'm with you. Because initially when the show, like, if anybody's been following our channel for a long time, when Mando season 2 was airing, when they did their like Star Wars Day announcement, where they announced basically everything we're getting now, Ahsoka, Andor, the Squad show that they dropped, the one with the actress from Mando that got kicked out of Disney, the Obi-Wan series. Like, when they announced all this stuff, in my mind, I kind of was just like, okay, I assume incognito. And then we saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, maybe he'll, like, be, like you're saying, covert. The whole time he's doing anything, no one knows who he is, and as soon as they find out with Obi-Wan, he's got to kill him, or he's got to get out of town, and that's the end of the story. But, like, dude walked into the middle of a fucking Empire base.
You know how hard this place was to deal with in Fallen Order?
Yeah.
This place was damn near impossible.
Yeah.
The amount of hours I put into fighting Trilla, that shit was so annoying. And Obi-Wan, I mean, all these guys felt like idiots. And it's just, I wanted to excuse it, but now that we're just talking about the criticisms, like, just be like, I don't know her name, Ilaria just talking in the speaker right next to guys, or, like, this should be the most fortified place. I don't know. Like, the Death Star makes sense because it's just so massive.
It's a planet.
And Ben Kenobi, we also didn't have any of this PTSD stuff that we were dealing with, so we could have just assumed that old Ben had mastered himself to the point no one can figure out his illusions. It's like he's just unstoppable. Because there was no canon at the time. It's just old Ben is Master Obi-Wan. There's no issues with him.
He was a space wizard at that time.
Literally, he is a space wizard. Also, just funny, just A New Hope. This episode, Leia's on a Empire location, has to get saved, and in the end,
getting interrogated and almost tortured.
She doesn't give the info, and she gets saved. And lastly, someone on the bad team puts a tracker on it, just like they tracked the Millennium Falcon to Yavin. But the thing is, once again, they're doing these really high stake things. I mean, I guess Obi-Wan's not with the rebellion right now. It's just
a random group of
tunnel runners. Yeah, I guess you can call it, like, low level, working our way up to rebellion. But this finale ain't looking super hype. Like, I'm trying to figure out
where it's gonna be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, it just doesn't really make sense. But this episode itself. With all that being said, I still enjoyed it.
Funny enough, I liked the Bacta scene more than I liked the fight and engagement with Vader and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I liked seeing them both, like, stressing out in their little tubes.
Because of what had just transpired.
Anakin, I guess, screaming or being enraged or in sorrow that his master is still out there.
I think it was more like he was, like, angry. Like, having one of his, like, terror nightmares.
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan just not being able to go through the healing because he's just too in shock still.
And he just needs to get the girl at this point, get Leia. But so they took Obi-Wan to this planet that they are hiding out on. That's where they give, the Force sensitive and Jedi people new names to go live out their lives. Yeah. There was Ice Cube's son. I forgot that he was in the show. I actually remember that he is like a actor in this.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's funny.
I've seen him in Godzilla. I know he's from Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, he's done a lot of acting stuff now. I think that's like his main gig is acting. Tala They devised a plan to use Tala's security clearance as an Imperial officer to sneak in and find out where Leia is being held.
I'll say it went better than I expected, but still did not go super perfect.
She played the part well as a higher ranking officer.
Yeah, that I was nervous right off the bat with that first gateway.
The security guard.
And she had to do the old, I'm going to tell on your boss, because I'm your boss.
Yeah,
and you answer to me. The whole boy always see in everything.
Yeah. But she gets in, is able to guide Obi-Wan the right way for the most part. Obi-Wan swims in from the underneath. He had the same breathing apparatus from Naboo from Phantom Menace, so that was a good callback.
Also, the fact that this is just a very Fallen Order oriented episode, even from the water in the hallway.
Oh yeah.
I liked that between the two of them, they were kind of dysfunctional when it came to talking over that thing at bad times.
Yeah.
And had to resort to shifty maneuvers, whether it be knocking somebody out or throwing a force rock.
Yeah. Which
worked. In the meantime, Leia did a good job having a fortified mind.
Yeah, that has to be because of
the force
sensitive that she is.
Are we having a staring contest?
Yeah.
Reva proved to still be a not so intimidating Inquisitor.
Yes, she is not intimidating. She's more like, I want this now. That was funny when she's like, you.
Or even the fifth brother, kill them! God!
God, man! Like,
I don't know. They're so. It is because I've played. You guys. Whoever has criticism about me, it's just go play Fallen Order, and you'll see why the expectation is so high.
Well, watch Rebels too. I mean,
that
those
too.
guys,
Expert Hunter in Rebels. The fifth brother's intimidating as hell and looks like an orc, and then the Grand Inquisitor is just stoic as hell in the most evil way.
Yeah, and they are good, scary fighters to the point of they'd probably even give Obi-Wan hell at Obi-Wan's current state.
Yeah.
So
except for that one brother. That one brother that died randomly in Malachor.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't who that was.
He wasn't that great.
I think he just fell out of the sky from Maul.
But yeah, so they sneak in. Leia holds her own and doesn't give up any information, so Reva decides to torture her. And right as the torturing interrogation is about to happen, Talia decides to, reveal herself to cause a distraction. And then from there, Obi-Wan rescues Leia.
Which actually I will say was for me, I love the Tala playing the triple agent role.
Yeah, my bad.
That was my favorite scene, weirdly enough, because it's a genius move against somebody who can read your mind.
Yeah.
If you are telling a Sith, whoa, wait, I work for you. The reason you're confused is because I have to mentally be confused as to who I am so I can fit in with the other group.
Yeah.
I am an Empire working for the Jedi, working for you guys. And I love that, Reva was I can't figure out that you're lying, but we're going to figure it out eventually.
Yeah, I like that you're lying. I just don't know if it's a good lie or not.
And that prolonged her life until Obi-Wan talked to the little Mike and was like, Tala.
Yo, I need your help real quick, yo.
So, yeah, but you're right. She probably would have got the info tortured out of her regardless.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then they escape. They somehow make it through with the worst disguise ever. Now, granted, it is chaos. The alarms are sounding. Everyone's running around. That's why Obi-Wan could sneak with his wide-ass self, carrying a little, or hiding, concealing a little kid.
Take your child to work day.
Yeah,
that's all it was. Another one of those things where it's so goofy.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you pass as many people as you do without being I don't know. I think I would just carry her and be wear a super military uniform and be I'm in charge of you. I wanted my kid with me today so she can have the spirit of the Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just go full into it. Don't make it look dumb.
Yeah.
Also, you missed the most important thing about this temple.
Oh boy, yeah. What?
Jedi.
Oh my god, yeah. No, see, that's the thing that's frustrating. The show does some good things, then just like leaves some dumb stuff in there. So in the process, Tala's like, what could they be hiding here? This place is so fucking big underneath the water. And Obi-Wan cuts through a chamber where they're cryo-frozen Jedi or carbon-frozen Jedi that are just all over the place.
I'll have to send you a picture, but Pablo Gil is that alien from Geonosis that got the eyeballs in here. I don't know if it's Pablo Gil, because apparently when I had the toy as a kid and then I looked for a newer version, there are two guys that look the same that were both apparently at the arena, but I saw him on the right. I don't know which one it is of the two brothers, but there was the master, who I'm pretty sure is the old guy who taught Ahsoka, right?
I think so, yeah.
Very
That's what it
like,
looked like.
He's not the... sorry, I accidentally said it was the guy who does the Jedi, the lightsaber holding. That's a robot.
Yeah, it's a robot.
That's played by, trying to think if you know, Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. He's one of the doctors from Doctor Who. Damn, I think you know him from something, I just can't think of it. Mad-Eyed Moody's other self in Harry Potter. The guy with the...
Oh. Really?
That guy. That plays the droid. And he actually got an award for that role.
For the droid?
Yep, for the droid for, I don't know if it was whatever TV awards it was.
Yeah.
He got something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, random.
Yeah.
But the Master.
But they have all these, they're storing Jedi.
I think I saw Quinlan Voss too.
No, I didn't see Quinlan.
Okay, I saw, maybe it's Agent Claus. I don't know. I saw one of those guys that like has like markings on their face. I don't know.
I am unsure as to why they're keeping them. Now, I do remember, spoiler for Rebels, I do remember because they had Luminara, and they were using her to lure...
And it ended up just being a corpse, but they used her Jedi essence to like track.
Well, I thought it was like a signal.
Okay, it might have been a signal, yeah.
Yeah, like they had, like it might have been something like that, or maybe it was.
She was just skin and bones, or like a
she was decaying in the like coffin she was in. So I don't know if they have those on deck to move. Is there some type of are they utilizing this for their cloning that they later use for Grogu? You know, like what is the reasoning for keeping all the Jedi?
Inquisitors down the line, like this has never become a thing in Star Wars lore afterwards. Like there's nothing in the sequels about these Jedi.
Yeah, or what the Empire were doing with them at that point. So
does it have to do with the Fallen Order game, which has also shown maybe a Jedi or someone of importance in a tube?
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure like what to figure from that at all.
I have no clue. I don't even know why keep them alive.
Are we sure they're alive though? That's the thing.
If they're not.
Well, in fairness, that there was a youngling that clearly looked like a youngling from
Frozen in Time.
Frozen in Time. Like he looked like he was from 10 years earlier. The thing that doesn't make sense though is like, okay, one of my only gripes of Star Wars as a whole is that it's a finished story that we keep plugging in parts that like would have
changes the story.
Yeah, like wouldn't they have noticed that? I mean, in fairness, there was chaos and Obi-Wan and Yoda had to jump right into action, so they might not have noticed that bodies were missing, or that they grabbed bodies after the fact. But like, I don't know.
Oh, like how did they get these Jedi?
Well, or how did no one notice that some of these Jedi that were clearly like from the Clone Wars era
snatched up?
Maybe
they were just cornered during Order 66. The question is why? Like, if everybody's getting glocked, how the hell did they know at that time they needed to capture Jedi? Was this the Jedi who survived Order 66 and then were captured after the fact?
Maybe these are all people who initially survived Order 66 or were Force sensitive that they were trying to recruit for. And there's so many of them, though. There was like hundreds back then.
And some of those are like old masters and some of those are Padawans. So, like, you can't manipulate really a master to fall for you after his whole family has, like, been destroyed by you after the fact. And all the Inquisitors, at least in this portrayal and in some of the portrayals from Fallen Order, are doing it reluctantly, so out of fear. Yeah. So, I mean, possible Inquisitors down the line? I don't know.
Not sure.
You might have luck with the Padawan.
Maybe.
Shoot them with that Men in Black, make them forget their mind and start them fresh. You work for the Empire now.
But anyways, Tala, Obi-Wan, and Leia escape. One of the, extras die, and everyone's sad about it. I don't even remember his name. It was like Waden or something like that.
Yeah, blows my mind that top security planet gets caught off guard by 2 Hoth ships.
Just like snow speeders.
Empire sucks.
Yeah. And then Vader is pissed and literally is on the verge of killing Reva, but spares her because she said that she was tracking them. And now, we're going to get the path as well as where Obi-Wan's location. And Obi-Wan and Leia have like a sweet moment at the end.
Yeah.
So.
I like slow Vader.
Slow Vader's good.
I don't like quick moving Vader.
Do you think he was quick today?
I think he was quick today when he stormed into the room and choked her. I like the approach of the evil killer who you have to wait for him to show up and then he...
Yeah, I feel like part of it though, he is fast in a sense,
Or how he menacingly appears. I like that we got from last episode. I like where he just disappears and then all of a sudden he's just there. Like when he fights Luke on Bespin. There's moments where Vader just disappears and then he's behind Luke.
I mean, he's like Michael Myers.
Exactly. Michael Myers is the comparison I always go with because that's where I feel like Vader peaks.
Yeah.
Is the scary aspect of this guy could there's TikTok videos that are trending now where it's you take the key, can you get away from the killer? And you have to get to the person's door in 10 seconds and he walks at a menacing pace. And you're scared because there is a timer with it as opposed to full on sprint.
Yeah.
I don't know. It scares me even watching people do it on TikTok.
But yeah, so I mean, we kind of gave our piece about everything. Yeah. I enjoyed the episode.
Solid episode in comparison.
Yeah, solid episode in comparison. I just really hope that these next 2
are better.
If 4, 3, and 2 were not in specific order, but if they're 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, I really hope that 5 and 6 are 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Just to not save the series, but to change us and the whole Star Wars audience's view on this.
A positive shift in direction for season 2, possibly.
Yes.
Also, my one praise that I'll say right now, just to end on a positive note as well, I liked the Nern Moon that they were on. I think it's really cool. I love the damp feeling when they got to the hangar. I love that it's just a tealish green ocean.
Yeah. Really
cool visuals, and obviously just the tower is cool. I feel like we're about to go into that planet right now.
Yes, I do. It's the storm.
What?
The saber scene of him.
Oh, that was good too.
That was awesome. That was good. I was excited to see that.
His posing looked great.
Yeah. Shout
out to another video game star killer in the famous cinematic scene where he's strapped up and the lights go out and then it cuts through the stormtroopers because you can only see that if the saber's ignited for any Battlefront fans.
Yeah.
Just turn it off.
And the saber scene. Oh,
that was
the Force holding the water and
right.
That was cool.
I
like
cool.
that. I feel like it was a little drawn out. But it was still cool.
It was definitely drawn out, but I like him. That was a beautiful visual scene with him running away from the water.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
But yeah, those are the great moments of the episode. So
let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know, guys. We love y'all. Leave a like, the sub button, the notification bell, Patreon's in the description. Keep watching this Obi-Wan series because we're still hopeful over here, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Punch it.